Let's talk about discipline. Yeah, that word. For a lot of us, it can feel pretty heavy, right? Well, today we're going to completely rethink it. We're going to flip the script and reframe discipline not as some kind of punishment, but as what it can really be, a powerful way to support yourself. Seriously, just think about it for a second. When you hear the word discipline, what comes to mind? For so many people, it's all about pressure, control, maybe even being hard on yourself. It just lands with a thud, doesn't it? And that heavy feeling, it can be especially intense if you've been through burnout, trauma, or just a really long, stressful time. If you've ever had this thought run through your head, I just want you to know you are so not alone. It's an incredibly common feeling when you're in a state of recovery. So, what's going on here? Why does trying to be disciplined feel so bad sometimes? Well, it usually comes from a huge misunderstanding of what discipline is even for, and that misunderstanding can turn our best intentions into a pretty painful trap. And I bet this trap sounds familiar. It's this wild, exhausting swing back and forth. One minute, you're pushing yourself like crazy, trying to force yourself to be productive, and the next, you completely crash, feeling like you have zero motivation left in the tank. It's a total boom and bust cycle, and it is draining. Now, this is maybe the most important thing you'll hear today. Getting caught in that cycle is not a personal failure. It's not a lack of willpower. It is literally your nervous system trying to figure out how to recover after being pushed for way too long. It's a natural and honestly a necessary part of healing. Okay, so once you really get that it's your body recovering, not you failing, it opens the door for a total reframe. It's time to toss out that old, harsh definition and create a new one. This slide really breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got harsh self-control. That's the old way, forcing yourself, pushing through exhaustion, basically punishing yourself into action. But then look at the other side, healthy discipline. This is about supporting your future self. It's a form of self-care, not self-punishment. What a difference, right? So let's make it official. Here's our new definition. Healthy discipline is simply consistency with compassion. Let that sink in. It's the practice of caring for the person you're going to be tomorrow and the day after that. That sounds really nice, but what does it actually look like in real life? Let's get practical and talk about how this whole idea turns into gentle, everyday habits. Look, we are not talking about a massive life overhaul here. Forget that. We're talking about tiny, sustainable things that don't feel like a huge burden. Stuff like taking a short walk, trying to stick to a simple sleep routine, or maybe just completing one tiny, manageable task. These are the real building blocks. And here's the magic of why these small things are so incredibly powerful. Every single time you do one of them, you're sending a quiet little message to your body that you're safe and that you can be trusted. You are literally rebuilding a trusting relationship with your own nervous system. And please, please remember this. This whole approach is not about waking up tomorrow as a totally new person. That's the old way of thinking, and we all know where that leads. Right back to burnout. Real, lasting change is always slow, gradual, and compassionate. So as we bring this all together, let's just really cement this new, much more empowering idea of what discipline is all about. I love this quote. It just nails the entire concept, doesn't it? Real discipline is not the stick you use to beat yourself with. It's self-respect, practiced over and over again in small ways every single day. And never, ever underestimate the power of that repetition. It's almost always the smallest, most boring-sounding routines that end up creating the biggest, most incredible changes in the long run. So I'll leave you with this question to just kind of mull over. Thinking about all this, what is just one small routine you could do that feels like an act of genuine support for the you of tomorrow? No pressure to have a big answer, just something to think about.